The North American Indigenous Games give young athletes a chance to celebrate their heritage. But for this volleyball player, it's giving her an opportunity to learn more about her culture.
And it'd be a good way to kind of connect with where I'm from because I don't know a lot about it. So that's what I'm trying to do here.
Metallic is 16 years old. She is Mi'kmaq from the community of Listuguj. However, she's lived in Ottawa most of her life.
I'm from New Brunswick, but I didn't grow up in New Brunswick. But I tried out anyway because I thought that I'd like to represent my home reserve.
Growing up, Metallic would visit her home community, as well as her father's community in Alberta. But she never got to experience life as a youth living among her people.
Growing up, you don't realize what it's like not growing up in the community. Your culture is kind of second nature to you. So when you grow up outside of the community, it's important to take the time to connect back with your communities.
Her mother says the games have given Metallic the opportunity to form relationships with other Mi'kmaq youth.
This experience this week with NAIG has been really important because she's met other Mi'kmaq kids, not just from our area as well. So she's been able to understand what it's like, for other Indigenous youth in our area to grow up in New Brunswick in particular.
The team has been training together for the past year. With Metallic living in Ottawa, she's had to miss practices, but this didn't stop the team from voting her captain.
Bringing Allie into the mix was important because it gives an opportunity to somebody that's not living in the community and not living on reserve, but still part of the Mi'kmaq culture to be part of Team New Brunswick.
Metallic says the games have given her the drive to learn more about her Mi'kmaq nation, and she encourages others to do the same.
Always ask questions, always be curious about where you come from because it's important to know your background and your history, especially your people's history because, when you're older, I think if you grew up as an Indigenous person but you didn't grow up kind of practicing that way of life, you'll become very regretful when you're older.
As for her family, it's been an emotional week watching Metallic compete.
It's wonderful to see our Indigenous youth do so well and excel in sport is really something to be proud of. A lot of sports help a lot of Indigenous youth get through really tough times.
Brittany Hobson, APTN National News, North York.